Hey, so it's Glenn Livingston, Never Binge Again. And if you're watching this, then I know that you're interested in how to stop a binge midstream. And most people say that it's impossible to stop a binge midstream when they go even one bite off of their carefully constructed food plan. They feel like they need to take the rest of the day off. The pig says if you happen to chip a tooth, go out and get a hammer and knock the rest of them out because that's all you can do. Well, what's actually happening there is that, remember, we have a tripartite brain. We've got the lizard brain, and this is the part of us that evolved tens of millions of years ago that says, eat, mate, or kill. When I see something in the environment, it doesn't have any concern for our families or tribes or relationships or any of our higher values. It's just, do I eat it, do I mate with it, or do I kill it? That's the lizard brain, and that is the animal of addiction. Then above that, we have the mammalian brain. The mammalian brain is what brings the tribe into consideration. Mammals have, I'm bastardizing this to a certain extent, and a neurologist would definitely take me to task, but for all intents and purposes, the mammalian brain evolved to control the lizard brain, to slow it down for the benefit of the tribe. So when the lizard brain says, ooh, there's something in the environment, I better eat it, mate it, or kill it, the mammalian brain says, well, what about your mate? What about your kids? What about the rest of the tribe? Is this going to be good for the tribe? But then above that is the more distinctly human brain, which controls the lower two. It's capable of delay of gratification in order to pursue longer-term goals, to pursue all the things that you really think of you that make you uniquely human: spirituality, music, art, relationships, career goals, sports, hiking, parenting, all of that. The higher aspects of self-actualization and becoming a part of society, that's all really in the upper brain, the neocortex. And the neocortex has this tremendous ability to inhibit the lower brain. Now, so we're wired so that the later parts of the brain actually have superiority over the lower parts of the brain, almost in the same way that an alpha wolf has superiority over the other members of the pack. And if the other members of the pack were to challenge that alpha wolf superiority, the alpha wolf would growl at them with the intent to kill. The alpha wolf takes its position very seriously. It would growl at them with the intent to kill. It won't really kill a challenger unless the challenger really pushes it. But the challenger will typically back down because the alpha wolf is so superior. And that is the attitude that you need to have against your lizard brain when the lizard brain is taking over during a binge. Because make no mistakes about it, that's what happens during a binge is all of your goals and plans and aspirations up here in the neocortex and to some extent the mammalian brain. That's all kind of wiped away and the lizard brain is taken over. This is why, by the way, you can't love yourself thin. You just can't. It's more like capturing and caging a rabid animal than nurturing your inner wounded child back to health. But what most people do in the middle of the binge is they try to say, well, it's not what I'm eating, it's what's eating me. What do I need to do to take care of myself? And all those loving thoughts actually give that lizard brain more power. And it comes pounding on through, and before you know it, you feel beat down and you can't get there. What you want to do instead, I know this sounds crazy, just if you're fed up with what happens during a binge, then do me a favor and try it. You can do this in your head. You don't have to do it like I'm going to illustrate it. But if you're alone, you might want to do this, and you're going crazy fighting the urge to stop a binge. What you want to do, you would say, screw you, pig, I'm in charge. It is me. You want to have the intent to kill. It's the intent to kill, assert your dominance, growl at the pig like an alpha wolf, and show it who's boss. And that's the alpha wolf trick for getting your pig in place after a binge. The reason that works is it's a very primitive response to a primitive organism. And just like any animal in the animal kingdom, when a more dominant animal asserts that dominance, the lesser animal backs down. You'll see dog going to roll over and show the back of its neck. You'll see that happen in the wolf kingdom, and you can do that with your pig. Shut up, pig. STF, pig. STF, you know what that stands for. I'm not doing it as well as I would if I was alone. But it's with the intent to kill, with the intent of absolute dominance. I don't recommend you do this in a crowded grocery store. I recommend you adopt the attitude of the intent to kill. And you can't actually kill your pig because your pig is inside of you. It is the lizard brain. But it's a lizard brain corrupted in the wrong direction by industry and the addiction treatment industry. Hyper-palatable foods touching all of your evolutionary buttons, and the treatment industry saying that you can't resist. But you can, and this is how you do it. Okay, thanks.